Very good. Likutei Halachos. Silchas Bircot Hashachar Halacha Hey.
Everybody now is seeing that you're facing this direction.
No, it's the same direction.
No. Before I was on the other side of the camera.
But they didn't see your hand.
No.
You
Now
always
they see you looking this direction.
Oh, go this way. That's right. So I can look at. Hello. All right. So we're talking about forgetfulness and remembering, and the fact that all the Sfarim that exist in order to rekindle the ratzon, the will, the remembering that there's a Kadosh Baruch Hu in the world, and everything that He runs the show. We hold it by Sif Lametes, Zeshudashur Raboteni Zocham Livrocha, in Midrash Tanchuma, ומבוא בפרש רש"י וכמה שמורות נטועים, like guards that are planted, שמרמז על 24 ספרי התורה, that alludes to the 24 books within the Bible, ועל 24 משמרות כהונה ולוויה, and the 24 guard shifts that existed in Beis HaMikdash of the Kahanim and of the Levim. Each one had the 24, there were 24 shifts, and which, you know, each one served the Beis HaMikdash in their own turn. It says, because the multiplicity of the holy books of the Torah Shebaal Peh, that all expound and explain and clarify the doubts in the Torah Shebechtav, in the written Torah, which in itself is all included in the 24 books of the Bible. These are all the I think there is like anywhere between 250,000 to 300,000 Sfarim of Torah Shebaal Peh.
300,000?
Different Sfarim that we have today. Besides all those that were lost, or, you know, the ones that were lost. Remember, the 300,000 Sfarim, you know, that are filled with everything you and I don't know about Yiddishkeit. That's quite a truckload, isn't it?
That's depressing.
Yeah. No, but the truth of the matter is that they all exist in order to illuminate a specific situation. Each one is a sort of a GPS to tell you where you are and how you get from where you are to where you need to get to. The kol zeh, and this totality of all that, you know, the combination of all these books together, this is all these books are a manifestation of the supernal pidyon, you know, that sweetens everything, redeems everything. Same way that the supernal redemption mollifies, sweetens, ameliorates, and cancels out the dinim in the 24, you know, courthouses, so to speak, you know, supernal courthouses. All the multitudes of the Sfarim HaKadoshim, of the Torah Shebaal Peh, is the Tikkun HaElyon, this is the Pidyon HaElyon, this is the supernal redemption that sweetens out the judgments which is included in the 24 Sfarim of Torah Shebaal. Because, you know, the 24 spiritual courts are the 24 Sfarim of the Bible. וכשפוגמים בזה על ידי רצון הסטרא אחרא, and when a person damages, puts a blemish in the Torah שבכתב with urges that come from the סטרא אחרא, שמהם כל הכבמים, this is where all the blemishes come from. עד שיש שמהפכים דברי אלוקים חיים, until you get to the point where you say that something is mutter and something is heter. I remember many, many years ago, we're on the road to discover Yiddishkeit and everything, that it was so funny. We were sitting together, and it's not nice to say. We're talking about like 30-some years ago, and we were roasting a spliff the side of the Hindenburg, Yeah. This is what we're doing, We were passing the baton, so to speak. But I actually said, listen. I said, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. We're smoking drugs, smoking grass or hash or whatever it was. That's the wrong thing to do.
It's rolling.
Of course it's rolling. It's not about me. So one of the guys actually said, it says in the Torah, kach lechasamim, take drugs. It says, kach lechasamim. It says, what do you think the Kohen Gadol was doing this? He was taking drugs. I didn't know. I said, oh, wow. Let me have another. שיש אמרתי דברי אלוקים חיים, you reverse the rest of the Torah and says, hey, submit to the take drugs. It's like, קח לך סמים, take. מהבחינים דברי אלוקים חיים, מגלים פנים בתורה שלא כהלכה. The Megala, they say, as if the Torah exposes, says things that this is not the halacha. ומפרשים כל פסוקי התנ"ך על פי דרכם הרע, and they listen, this is what we said is a wishful thinking of really wild kids, but there are those that bring it to the point, that really. There was this member of the Knesset, I don't want to mention her name, that actually came about, to say that a relationship that is totally usher by the Torah, is totally usher by the Torah calls an abomination, that David HaMelech said when he lamented about Yonasan. He said, your love was sweeter to me than the love of women. In other words, because the love of people that are close to each other in Avodas Hashem, it's a kind of closeness that that the closeness of women, the kind of drawing that man has to women, pales in comparison to it. Because it's a spiritual closeness, as the Rebbe says in Teres says, if you will bring somebody close to Kodesh Baruch Hu, he will love you. The Rebbe says, people will wonder, the kind of love that exists between us. All the people that are into Avodas Hashem. So they turn it into, hey, look, David HaMelech himself was like, this is the Mefashim Kol Psukei Tanakh. And they explain the psukim, the verses of the Tanakh, according to their bitter and mean and twisted way of Chachmei HaTeva, which comprise the Metzach HaNachash. This is the abstinence of the serpent, Kayadua. ומפורסם דרכם, הרעים שהולכים בדרכי החלקים, you know, everybody, the bad, mean ways of those that walk in the ways of those that are the philosophers, the chokhmas, etc., especially in these generations. Hashem Yisborach Yirachem, Hashem Yisborach Yirachem, Hashem Erachmonas, but through the words of the sages, כדורבנות וכמחמרות נטועים, בעלי השפות נתנו מרור אחד, that are like spurs and stakes that are planted and stuck, you know, by the owners of people who collect knowledge, who ניתנו מרור אחד, that all were given from one shepherd, שהם 24 משמרות כהונה ולוויה. This is the 24 guards, different guards of the kehuna, of the priests and the Levites in the Beis HaMikdash, שעוסקים לשמור משמרת הקודש בבית המקדש, that are all, what they're doing, their job is to guard, you know, the holy guards in the Beis HaMikdash, in the temple. ומהם תצא תורה, because this is the temple, this is where the Torah comes out. כמו שכתוב, יראו משפטיך ליעקב ותורתך לישראל. They will, you know, show your judgments to Yaakov and your Torah to Am Yisrael. והם מבארים 24 ספרים דאורייתא. They explain and expound and illuminate the 24 books of the Torah. על פי פירוש האמס, by the true explanations. שקיבלו איש מפי איש עד משה רבנו עליו השלום. They all received it, a man from his teacher and he from his teacher, all the way back to Moshe Rabbeinu. מבארים רצון יסבורך. They all explain the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu שבכל מצווה בספרים הקדושים. They explain to us what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu want in every single mitzvah in the Torah. So we can do the mitzvah to get to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is the tachlis of everything. Al pi 13 midah she'Torah nidresh behem. They're using the 13 ways that the Torah that you expound the Torah with. Shem b'chinas 13 tikudei nikna. The 13 ways, the 13 rules of thumb, so to speak, the 13 rules through which the Torah, you'll learn the insight from the Torah, because the Torah is codified. The general text of the Torah is codified. It's really almost like a blank statement, except for things that they tell you. It just tells you that okay, keep Shabbos. What does keeping Shabbat means? You know, and so forth and so on. So, but the way that the Kodesh Baruch Hu, you know, gave the Torah to Moshe Rabbeinu, and Moshe Rabbeinu wrote it down, is that the way these things are written, and what pasuk is there, what verse is there, what verse is not there, what words are written there, what words are not written there, how these words are written. You know, there are 13 keys, or rather 13 ciphers, which are used to decipher the text of the Torah, from which you can learn what the Torah means about every single thing. This is the 13 midas she'Torah. These are 13 ciphers that the Torah is being expounded and processed, so to speak. So you can say, so you have like klal uprat klal, like a certain statement which is a general statement, and then there's a prat. This is like how should I say? I can't think anything right now in my mind, but a general statement, and then bring a specific case, like you should not do something, and don't do this which is part of that something, and then you go back and the Torah says again, don't do, you know, the klal. So they said, the cipher teaches you that when you learn what is this thing is saying, you should or shouldn't do, is only talking about things that are similar to the prat, to the detail. You know, like so and so forth and so on. Or they have like what do you do when there are two verses that negate one another? So one of the ciphers is that if you have two verses negating one another, there has to be a third one, you know, that passes which way it is. And so on. There are 13 such ciphers, such keys, to open up the safe of the Torah, because the Bible is translated to all the languages in the world. Supposedly everything is out in the open, but everything is in the open, but everything is totally closed. Everything is totally closed because they don't have a Torah Shabbal Peh. They don't have those keys. You know, the funny thing is that in South Korea, they are learning in high school. You know, I don't know which Masechet it is. There are certain Masechets of Gemara in Goyish schools, in Korean schools. Why? He says because it makes them smart. Because the way of learning the Gemara, they're learning it because this is a teaching, you know, that to make them smart, so they can bring a Samsung or Hyundai, or, you know, so they can. So that's the way they do it. They don't learn Torah to do the Ratzon of Hashem. They don't. I don't think that they learn more than one tract. It's just I don't know. I think one. I'm not sure. But it's very interesting. They have a translation of this tract of Gemara to Korean, and they learn it in high school. You know, they all have it. The Chinese are known to say, you know, the Jews these are the smart ones. Let's learn what it is that they're learning, because they're the one who's got it. You know, so they're all trying to pick up on those secrets. But the point is that the one thing they're not picking up is to dash in the Torah, so it leads you to Kadosh Baruch Hu, at least to the Emes. They want to use the Torah in order to make themselves smarter, to be more successful, to be richer, whatever it is. But what is the success in this world? What is success in the world? You live 70, 80, 90 years, 100 years, bizdu, and you go home, finished. You don't take anything with you, except as much as you manage to do the Ratzon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So these 13 ciphers, Midrash HaTorah and Bereshis Bahem, they are a manifestation of the 13 rectifications of what they call the supernal beard, of the Kesa Elyon, of the supernal crown, the Spheres HaKesar. This is the illumination of the supernal will. This is how you finish off the Metzach Hanoch Shel Chachmei HaTeva. And more than those, my son, be very careful to add on, books and Sfarim to no end. Because you need Sfarim for this without end. In order to extricate and to yank out their bad das from the world, and to strengthen the emunah that Kadosh Baruch Hu runs the world right now, all the time, the way He wants it. And to put in each other's heart the Ratzon to start again. Because it is very important to understand that, as we learn in now also Torah Vav and Likutei Maharan, that you are being flung from this side in this life to that side, from up to down, from down to up, and just like, and the minute you want to get comfortable, something comes, the turn is all around. You never know what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from you. But what is the tachlis? Why did you come to this world? What did you come to accomplish? You never know. But one thing you can know. You learn the Sfar Makdoshin, and as Rabbeinu says, the main thing is you fortify the will, the ratzon, the determination, and the resoluteness. Doesn't matter how confused you are, but you're resolute. You are running to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You want to do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. So sometimes you can feel feeble and exhausted, emotionally, and hurt, and confused, and you find that you don't feel like doing mitzvahs or whatever it is, or learning to whatever. And you're having a day off, we're having a week off, we're having a month off. Okay, so you start again. How do you start? I want. Do I really want? Okay, there's something I want to want. Do I really want to want? Okay, I want to want to want. So it doesn't matter how many questions, tzfeikas, the Sitra Achra comes in. Do you really? I'm talking about it, which means take it back 1,000 steps, but something is there. I'm talking about it. I want it, right? So if I really want, do I just want to want? Do I want to want to want? Do I want to want to want to want to want to? It doesn't matter. There's something there. There is a will there. So because will take me one want further. Instead of just wanting to want, let me want. All right, and that's the way. That's the way you do it. You don't feel like davening. You don't feel like talking to him. One word, please remember me. I want to want. Wake me up. One word said that. Even without words, just the heart is crying. I'll avoid it. I would want. This is the beginning of Avodas Hashem. As he told this guy, if you think about Avodas Hashem, this is Avodas Hashem already. And then, B'ezrat Hashem, with the words of the tzaddikim that they teach you, here, don't get excited, it's okay, don't fear anything. Here, you should fear. You're not afraid, but you should be. V'chula, v'chula, v'chula. This is what they teach in all this far, so we can find ourselves with, with all the trials and tribulations that we're going through, to look for Kadosh Baruch Hu wherever we are. However we are. All right? Yeah? 100%? Me'achuz. All right. To be continued tomorrow.